This is an example of a one-step inequality with addition. This means a number plus 4 is less than 10. This number could be infinitely many different things. So our answer is going to show all of those possibilities. To solve this, we're going to start out just like we do with equations with the railroad tracks, and we can subtract 4 from both sides to isolate x. So 4 minus 4 is 0, and we're left with only x on the left side. And we can bring down the same symbol. We don't switch it to an equal sign. And 10 minus 4 is 6. So this means that any number less than 6 will make this inequality true. So I can graph this on my number line with an open circle because 6 will not make it true, but anything less than 6. So my arrow going to the left. In order to check this, it's important that we choose a number other than 6 because 6 is not part of our solution. So I always like to choose something easy. So since 0 is part of the solution, I will check 0. So we'll rewrite the original inequality, x plus 4 is less than 10, but replace the x with 0. Then I get 4 is less than 10. That is true. So that means my arrow is going the right way. It doesn't necessarily show that I'm right, but it shows at least that my arrow is going the right way. If I wanted to test a number over here, you'd see that it would not be true because I would get 10 plus 4 is less than 10, which is not true. The next example is a two-step inequality. This one, 4x minus 10 is greater than or equal to 25. So just like the last one, I start with railroad tracks, and I want to isolate the variable. So I would use the reverse order of operations. So I'd get rid of the subtraction first by adding 7. So now I drop down what's left over. So the minus 7 and the plus 7 cancel out. I'm left with 4x is greater than or equal to 32. And since x is being multiplied by 4, I divide by 4 to isolate the variable to get x is greater than or equal to 8. So in this case, 8 is part of the solution. So I would use a closed circle, and anything to the right of 8 would make the inequality true. So to check it, let's choose a number over here to the right of 8, like 10. So I replace x with 10 to make sure that I have the correct arrow. So I get 40 minus 7 is greater than or equal to 25. 33 is greater than or equal to 25 is true. So that means my arrow is going